Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I connect my N8N to Gemini 2, which is not available in N8N. It's currently available in the API, but in this video I'm going to show you step by step on how I connect my N8N with Gemini Veo 2. And in this video also, second part, I'm going to show you how I convert an image like this into 8 seconds video. So let's assume you had the static advert on Instagram or any social media and you want to convert it into 8 seconds video. This is the for you. So this workflow easily converts that into 8 seconds video, which is the maximum that you can generate using the Gemini 2 API. So the first thing we are going to do is to create our project on the cloud. So if you don't have any project or you don't have any account with Google Cloud, the first thing to do is to go to Google Cloud, and after create account, it will ask you to create a project. Then after creating a project, under the project we go under the library. So under the library you search for Gemini, because you need to enable this for you to be able to work on N8N. So you click on Gemini API, click on this and you enable it. If it's enabled, you can leave it, but if not, you need to enable it. Then you click on the second one, which is Gemini Cloud Assistance. It's not really important. The most important one is Gemini API. Other ones are for cloud. So once you activate that, the next is we go to aistudio.google.com. This is where we're going to generate the API key. So we click on create API key. So the first time you get to the home page, you are going to see something like this. Then you click on get API key and create API key when you get to that. So here, when you click on it, it will ask you the project you want to use to create this API key. And you remember, in our Google Cloud, we already have a project name, and also under that project, we've enabled our Gemini API. So we search for that name, which is landscape. We select it and we select create API key in an existing project. I've already created this, so I don't need to create it anymore. So here are the API key here. So after you create the API key, then you go to your, so you are not going to add it directly to your N8N credentials, because we are going to use HTTP to make a request to this API. So I will quickly create just a sample demo here. I will select a manual when click test workflow, which is a manual process of testing a workflow. Then I will search for HTTP module. This HTTP module allow me to make API requests using the API key and other information. So we are going to use post, and the next we need the API key, which is the URL. We need the API where we are going to send the data to. So if you go to AI for developer, you will search for video generation. Under the video generation, you see information about how you can use Gemini API to access Veo 2, and also the instruction on how you can generate, how you can create a video from the static video to a video, or you can, in another way, depend on the prompt or depend on the scenario what you want to use it for, you can use it to generate image by just sending a prompt. The same thing, you can send a static image and use that static image to generate a video. So here we have the base URL. We don't know, but the base URL is the one that is available in our AI Studio, which is generative-language.api.com. So we have that. Then we are going to copy this. But instead of copy this, so what I will do, I will copy this call information. I will copy it to this point. It's not going to include this part. I will just copy this part. So it will make it easier for us to be able to just import it into N8N and it will work automatically. So I will copy it and go back to my N8N. So inside the HTTP module, I will select import call. Then I will paste the call information. Remember, we don't have the base URL yet, but I'm going to include, and also the API key. So I'm going to include all the information that we need before making a request. So I will click on import. So automatically the N8N will import the data inside your HTTP module. So you don't need to manually enter. But in a situation where you don't have the call information, you need to copy the URL, you need to copy the query parameter, also you need to copy the JSON under it. So let's start by looking at the base URL. So the base URL is expected to be this, which is the base URL. And if you look at what we have here, it starts from model Veo 2/Veo 2.0. Then we go here and we copy base URL. This is our base URL and we paste it here automatically. So we paste that here, then we have our URL complete. Now we need, the API key, which we are going to use. So I'll go back here and copy the API key, but right now I need to generate a new one. So I'll click on create API key, select the project I want to use. And remember, this project, you must make sure that you enable Gemini API. So I will click on create API key. So automatically, this will generate API key, and I will copy the API key and paste it in the API key section of our query parameter. So once we have that, then the next thing is the JSON data. So if you look at it here, you will discover that our JSON data is not properly aligned. We need to format it. So I will copy it, then I will search for jsonformatter.org, where I'm going to paste it and click on format. As you can see, it's throw error because it is not well formatted. So what we're going to do here is to just look around and see where the issue is coming from. I will move this one back a little. Then I will click on format again, still not working. Then we just need to readjustment. I will push this back. Then we remove the space here. Then format again. So look like there's a parameter after sunshine. So what I'm going to do is I will remove this first. Then we have the instance, which is array. We have the parameter, and we have the parameter that we click on format. Then it's showing error on don't allow this. So we have the instance. So I will update it. So I will remove this, then format it again. As you can see, it's working perfectly. So I will paste this again and see what is going on. It is working perfectly now. Then we copy this. So we can select copy here. So it will automatically copy our JSON data and we can paste it here. But here we are going to change the information into using JSON instead of using feed parameter. So we are going to use JSON and we are going to paste our JSON. So if we look at this JSON data, it consists two key important variables that we need to take note. The first one is the instance. The second one is the parameter. The instance contains the prompt, which is you want to use to generate the video, and the second one is the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is how you want your video to look like. If it's going to be in 9.16, if you want to, depend on where you want to upload it to. If it is YouTube, there's a particular ratio. If it is Instagram, Facebook, particular ratio you have to follow. So let's quickly look at the documentation and see the ratio information. So we click on View Prompt Guide and we go to specification, video model parameter. So these are the parameters that is required for you to send. So right now we have prompts. And also we can include what is called our image, negative prompt ratio. So this ratio is very important. Is how your image is going to look like. If it's going to be in a landscape or it's going to be in a portrait. So here it says change the aspect ratio of the generated video. It supports 16.9. It supports 6 and 9.16 and also 16.9. And 9.6 is used for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and also Facebook. So what we're going to do here is to copy 9.16, which is for the social media. So I will update this and change those. Also, right now, let's just focus on this parameter. So in the next section, we're going to include our image, which we're going to use that image to tell the Veo AI to generate image or to convert that image into video. So right now we just have this little prompts, which we copy directly from the Google documentation, and we're going to use that to generate what we need to generate right now. So right now I have my API key and I have other information that I need. So I'm going to connect this to this. So I'm going to rename this to Gemini Veo 3. So Gemini Veo, we are going to send a request to Gemini Veo 3 to generate that image for us. So I'm going to do is to click on generate. So it's throw error, and the error is related to connection cannot be established. It usually occurs due to the incorrect host and this. So right now I'm going to check this parameter and compare to what I already have here. So right here I have generative AI. So what I'm going to do is to simply copy what I have here because that is working. I think there's a little bit, there's a mistake here which I will look into later. Oh, I can see the mistake here. So I was calling the HTTP 2 times. So I will save it. So after we modify our API first HTTP, then we can click on run test. So after we run the test, it's going to return a data we're going to use. So if you look at what we have here, it's return model this information. So this information, which is, it return a JSON name, a JSON with key name. So this is the data key sent to us that I've accepted your request. I'm working on it. Give me some time, or call back and I will let you know if it is ready or not. So the next thing we are going to do is to make a request and call another API to check if the video is ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it another HTTP request, and I will name it this to check video status. So check video status is going to be get. Then I will copy the information I have here. So I will replace it with what I have here. So I have this URL here. So generativelanguage.googleapi.com this. So I will remove this and change it to this. Also, after we've update we don't need to send any query parameter, we don't need to send any header, we need to send header, which is the API key. So here I'm going to API, we include the key, then we include the API key. So I will copy the API key that I have here and paste it here. So we have the image, which is, we have the response from the initial image, which is the Veo generate image. Then we are going to use that response to check the status if the image is ready. So after we update the URL, and this is the image, the response coming from the first node. Then we click on tests. So forbidden, perhaps check the credential model does not create. So what I'm going to do here is to check the credentials if there's any issue. So I think we need to include that into the query parameter, not in the body. We need to include it in the query parameter. Then I will click on tests. So you can see, if you look at this information closely, you will see done status here. Done status means true, which means the image is ready and we can go ahead and download it. So next, I create another HTTP module that I will use if chasement module to check if the image is ready. So if done is equal to true, then it will automatically return to true. So under false, I will put nothing. Then in the true, I will call another HTTP to make request to this endpoint that was returned. So if you look at the response we have here, we have two video, we have one, and we have the second one, but our focus is going to be on the first one. So I will rename this to download video. So it's going to download video. I will select the first URL for the image. And remember also, we need to include our API key. So key, then I will paste the API key here. Then I will click on tests. So it's downloading the video and we can look at the video together. So if I click on view, you can see beautiful, look at the quality. And also, one thing you need to note here is look at the image portrait. It is not a landscape. And why do we have that is because of the aspect ratio that we added here. We want 9.16, and that is the reason why it generates 9.16. So this is how you can connect N8N to your Gemini. So next, what I'm going to do next is to show you, to demo this project to you. And this project focus on converting a static image. It can be advert, it can be image of somebody, it might be image of a person, it might be image of a dog, and you want Gemini AI to convert that image into a video. So I'm going to demo it, then after that I will explain to you step by step on how I create this workflow. So I will click on test workflow. So now I'm going to click on test workflow. So it's going to ask for the image we want to use and also the context, what we want to do within that image. So I will click on test workflow and automatically it will bring up N8N form. So we are going to select the image we want to use. So here I'm going to select this image. So I want to convert this advert into a video. So I will select the adverts and also I will add a context. So this context is, okay, do you want product to zoom? You want to include maybe you want to include a test, you want to include your Facebook test. So what I'm going to do here, just a simple context, zoom the products, and probably add my Instagram or add my Facebook handle. So I'm going to send it. So once we send it, then we can close this. So it is running. The first thing it's doing is analyzing the video. So we are using Open API to analyze the video to get what is inside the video, the font type, the background color, the information about the video. Then the next is generating the prompt we are going to use in Gemini. So the next thing is generate the prompt, send it to Gemini to generate the video. Then we have to wait for a few seconds, which is 30 seconds, check again in another 30 seconds. Once the video is ready, then we easily download it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start from the first node while we wait for the image to generate. So the first node there is form submission. So if a node that requests for image and also a text. So if you look at your N8N, if you search for form, you can easily see it and click on it. So the next is analyzing the image. So this is the image and we need to analyze it using OpenAI. So here the initial prompt I have is just describe the feature style of this image, what stands out, if you have just holistic view of the image and everything that is related to the image. That is image analysis. And the prompt analysis part is how to take this image and also the context to be able to generate a prompt. And this prompt is going to be used by Gemini to generate or to restructure that image. So if you look at this, you can see your task is to create comprehensive video prompt and other information. These are the instructions to follow, the virtual description, the text and messaging, and also the branding, which is very important. Also, call to action. Then the second one that I have here, which is the prompts for video prompt guide. So this guide is copied from Google AI developer website. So I copy it so that OpenAI will have an understanding of the tasks that need to be done and how to execute that task. Then I think that's the tool that I have. Then it generates the response, which is the video prompts, the details that we have here. So let's look at the JSON format. So it said begin with vibrant sombre beach or something like that. The color should be warm and inviting. So these are the information that we need to generate, to restructure that particular image into video. So after that is done, then we send directly to our Gemini. So if you look at the API here, it's different from what we used before. So here we add image and we explain the reason, the image type. So the image, which is base64, also the image type, which is image PNG. So our ratio still 9.16. We only want to generate one image. Then duration is 8 seconds, which is the maximum you can generate currently with Google Gemini. So that is the information. Also, we include our API key. Then we send the information. It returns the response, which is the key that is attached to that video. So we can check often to check if the information or if the video is ready. So the next module here is we are just waiting for 30 seconds to check if the video is ready, and we can go ahead and make use of it. The second one we have here, the next one we have here is to check if the video is ready, like I explained to you in previous workflow. So this check if the video is ready. If it is ready, it's going to return true. If not, then it will keep, it will come back again and check if the video is ready. So this is the if statement we are using. So if it is true, then we download our video. So if you look at here, is we are just taking the URL from the response and setting our API key, setting directly into our Google Gemini. So if you look at the video here, you can see how the video look like. So you see that it automatically attach our, it attach our Facebook handle. So this is how you can convert your static image. Maybe you have one static image on Facebook, Instagram, or static ad, existing ad. You can easily convert it into a very short 8 seconds video that can boost your sales. So this workflow is available. You can just comment to, then I will send it directly into your DM. I will send the link directly into your DM. This is very fantastic, and I believe this will be very good workflow that you can easily use, and you can connect this to your Google Cloud, Google Drive, or you can connect it to your WhatsApp, and when you upload image there as a prompt, you can automatically a new image instantly. And if you want something like this, you can reach out to me. I can help you, customize it to fit into your scenario. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to follow so you can get notification when I drop new video. Thank you so much. I'm Sam, your AI automation expert. Thank you.